Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so if you see the layout, it's just something I want to talk about because I want to point these out because this is pretty cool. Okay, so for those of you, if you're kind of new to the deck, if you just first time seeing the video, okay, so this is a high sequence deck where you need to memorize certain sequences to accomplish with an end board. Okay, so what you need pretty much, I'll put the click note to see the actual combo, how to do it. Okay, so you need Destrudo, malicious, and labradorite, and these serve as like the access to that. So it hires a chance of you getting a hold of these. That's pretty much all you need. And then this is for those obscure scenarios where you open up multiples of these and you just need to discard if you don't open up grepher. So it starts with that, and then this goes with that as well. Then your primary tuners. Initially this was recover, but it wasn't a dark. And I forgot who it was that mentioned it. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying it out and it's doing pretty good because it's allurable and it's just pretty cool. You just top deck it, special. It's awesome. And then you have your generic amazing power cards, which is this. Each three are insane. Then twister to discard these. Allure, filter, speed up your deck. That's pretty much what you want. And then these are the ones that I want to get to because I'll get to this at the end. Okay, so this is meant to utilize and win through its extra deck, right? So this is your advantage generator. This lets you draw multiple cards to continue and end with the board you're meant to end with, which is blazar. This is meant to be a proxy. I mean firewall, and then so you're meant to end with blazar, firewall, and a three code link trigate. So 2 negations and a bounce. So that's really cool. And then this is like disruption for just utility. So whenever you're trying to get around some established boards. Okay, so that's pretty much the name of the game is meant for this deck. It's meant to do that. This is a particular strategy where it's really aggressive in that sense. But for that to work, you need to get to this as fast as you can. And that's what this is in there for, and that's why I'm talking about this at the moment. Because this is draw power, it's filter. Meaning this already goes with this, but like if you take these away, that's all it goes with. I mean, of course this goes with that, this, and that's good already. But this only goes with this. Does that make sense? So maybe by adding 3 of these, I'm still gonna get a third one. This will go. You'll have more targets to combine this with, and but then alone it's like, okay, well, what if you open up multiple vanillas? Like nobody wants vanillas. So okay, so then that solves the issue of, okay, this goes with that, this goes with that. So it doesn't seem too bad. But then it's like, okay, well, is that it? And then it brought me to this, where if you play shrine and you play this little guy, this goes with that. So that it just starting to like put things together to where they go consistently. Otherwise, you can't have just one thing be like before. I was only trying this and that, remember? And it just wishful thinking. But now that I have this and that, that means you have multiple chances of drawing into a dragon tuner, and it's a dark and it's a high level. It's pretty insane. And okay, back to this little guy. This little guy, if you have a normal monster in your graveyard, you can banish it, and then special summon the normal monster to a link zone. So wherever a link monster points to, you special summon to that. You gotta keep that in mind, okay? Don't just summon it anywhere you want. And that's pretty much what you do. So shrine becomes a reborn, pretty much. It's like a level. Shrine becomes a level 6 tuner. Just think about it that way. But this, you send this, you send additional, since you send a normal monster, send that, banish this, and then you special this. Okay, that's essentially the key point of that scenario. So is it worth it? Well, anytime you can get any sort of consistency, any sort of filter, any sort of draw power, it's kind of hard to ignore. You want to try it and attempt it because it's not too crazy. It's not too like, oh, it's not too out of the way where it doesn't go with the deck. It does go with the deck because you play door and that, and that alone is significant enough to be considered. Of course, debating on whether to play multiples of these or just one. But I think you would want to just open up 3. Like, of course, you can make the argument of playing desires. But desires, like, oh my god, the risk of you banishing all these and all these is like, it's just a nightmare. Of course, like, You can risk it, but you play like these 1-ups that are pretty important. These give you your formulas. If these are gone, then that's gone, and then this is gone. So that means you're just relying on this, assuming you don't banish these. Does that make sense? I don't know, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, it's good, like, because there's so many 3-ups. There's only 3-ups, sorry. 3 of that, so maybe you can 1, 2, no, you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let's say you bench that 9, and then like let's say you bench 2 levels, so that's fine. You have 1 left, that's fine. But like, I just don't like the scenario of potentially doing it. Of course, it feels so good to just desires and not banish your key cards and drawing 2. That's like ideal scenario. But I feel like this is a little bit. I guess it's a little bit more situational because it requires a specific thing to get it off. But I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. It's just I guess preference. If you feel comfortable enough, go for it, man. But as I'm building this, I see all the worst case scenarios playing that card. But conclude just to I guess to justify it. It's not a bad card. I'm not saying Desires is a bad card. I'm just saying when this particular strategy, it can be really critical if any of that stuff gets banished. But that's pretty much where I'm at right now, and I'm trying it out. I'm trying out with this because like this only works if you get a hold of this, like this and this and that. This and that doesn't go unless you have. I guess it can go, but it only takes you so far. Whereas like if I remove these, that's 3 slots, and it opens up 1 slot because there's only 14 here. It takes away Theseus, and then I can put another thing. I was trying out 2 firewalls, but 2 firewalls it's too hard to make. It's just too it's too outlandish. It's you go too much out of your way for this lineup. So I'm trying. Oh no, a Bushka, right? Yeah, I think it should be here somewhere. Yeah, I was trying that instead because this comes up more than any other Synchro at the moment. Of course, you can play Black Rose. If you want to play Black Rose, you can. It does come up just that and that nuke the field. So that's pretty cool. So you can do that if you want, if you really wanted to. Where am I? Black Rose? Come on, Black Rose. Somewhere over there. Okay, so yeah, so ending with the Trigate and a Babushka, that's pretty damn good. But this is just trial. Something I'm trying out. And oh, another thing. Some of you might want to consider taking these out and just playing more synchros. As ideal, and it should work. It seems like it should work, but it'll just ruin the consistency of what this offers. This is link material. These are not synchro materials. Because if you open up these 2 or you have access to these 2, that means you have to have access to a tuner, and then that'll open up synchro plays. But seeing as how limited you are with tuners, because they all play a key factor in making this, and this, so it's kind of hard to do that. Of course, it's possible, but the flow, you just try it and you'll see what I mean. It's harder for me to explain. You have to see it for yourself. Just you can just take these out. I guess take these out and just I guess keep the proxy. Keep the proxy if you want to, even if you want to, it's fine. But like if you take out this, take out these, then you have 4 slots. Put in 4 synchros of any synchros that you want. But you'll see what I mean. Like this initiates your link summon. That's why it's so good. It seems like it works so good, and it seems like if you draw, there's those times where I had a tuner, but majority of the times you won't have a tuner. So initially this becomes and sets up this lineup. So I don't know. Try it out. You see what I mean? It'll mess up the flow, but that's pretty much where I'm at right now with the deck. Just trying it out, and is it worth it? Is it worth playing it? Is it worth the brick risk? Is it worth the brick risk? What the fuck? Is it worth the brick risk? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try it, dude, because it seems like it could work. Cause like that drawing 2, dude. Discard and it's ash bait. It's ash bait. Just activate, pitch. Okay, it's fine. Okay, summon. Grepher, pitch this. You know what I mean? That's what I like about it a lot too. It baits ash. That's the major thing. And the more chances you can get to this guy or to this guy, it's just insane. But that's where I'm at, man. Go ahead and work with it. Just branch off these particular ideas, and yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it, dude. That's gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.